ritornati nel videogioco di Sherlock Holmes. Oggi dobbiamo scoprire nuove prove per questo caso. Se andiamo ad esempio su deduzioni, ad esempio abbiamo queste cose qua. Vediamo se ci sta. Presenza inspiegata, quindi qua nega di avere un giardiniere. Qui non coincide. Molto probabile. Quindi potrebbero essere due assassini. Io metterei prosegui le indagini perché non vorrei andare per conclusioni. Io andrei a Baker Street.
Mr. Holmes, we found the sailors from that list you gave us.
Allora,
This man is a harpooner, and his initials are
PC.
the same initials that were found on the tobacco pouch.
infatti.
We found Patrick Cairns. He lives in a small furnished dump of a room, but he's always at the Sea Witch pub, where he does arm wrestles for money and drinks.
Ok, abbiamo una nuova prova. Marinaio. E siamo al pub. Patrick Cairns. Eccolo.
We've heard all about the gambling and arm wrestling here. You seem like the likely sort, and I'm up for it. I'd like to buy you a drink.
Good winner as well. That's good. Let's have a drink. It was in 1883 that it happened.
Eccolo.
The August of that year. Peter Carey was captain of the Sea Unicorn, and I was a spare harpooner. We were coming out of the ice pack on our way home.
Ok, per
One
tornare a
evening,
casa.
we saw a little craft that had been blown north. There was only one man on her, and he wasn't a sailor. The crew must have thought that she'd foundered, and they made for the Norwegian coast in a dinghy. I guess they all drowned. We took the man on board.
Eccolo.
And who was he?
I don't know. During the crossing, he and the skipper enjoyed some long talks. His baggage was just a tin box.
That's strange enough.
Aye, even stranger was that on the second night he disappeared. Nobody knew what happened to him. And
È
of course,
scomparso.
nobody could ask Black Peter
Ed è
about
forse
it.
Black Peter. Forse.
You know what happened, don't you?
I do. I saw the skipper tie his heels and push him over the rail in the middle of my watch on that dark night. 2 days before we sighted the Shetland lights.
Black Peter's a murderer.
Aye. Those that know him wouldn't be surprised to hear it. But all this must stay between us. All right?
Of course.
Ok.
Here it is.
Ok, ho messo il portatabacco.
Have you got any tobacco? I've run out of mine.
Nah, I lost my pouch. I don't know where. Wait a minute. What's this?
Oh, is this your tobacco pouch?
Well, oh, it is.
Well, I have to go now. I know a captain who's planning an expedition to Cape Cod. Captain Ahab's his name. He commanded the Pequod. He might need good harpooners. I'll tell him about you.
Maybe. If you like, aye.
A Baker Street. Per fare un po' il punto della situazione. Potrebbe essere anche così. Ragazzi, io ci ho pensato. Cairns secondo me è il colpevole, quindi lo condanniamo.
If you wouldn't mind, Mr. Holmes, could you explain it to me?
As I informed you on our way here, Patrick Cairns is the murderer of Black Peter.
That means...
It means, my friend, that you are arrested for the murder of Black Peter.
Io andrei un attimo avanti con il caso 2. Una settimana dopo. Siamo partiti in vacanza.
What a gloomy night. It was warmer inside the waiting hall.
Since the station master told us that the train is about to arrive, we should not have to wait very much longer.
Yes, at last.
Attention! The train is arriving at the station. Please stand well away from the platform edge.
I'll take your bags and your blasted archive suitcase.
Quante valigie.
But, Holmes, the headlight, it's faded away.
Something is wrong. I can't hear any sound from the incoming train.
Excuse me, sir. Can you explain what has happened?
I don't know. It's as if the train vanished into thin air.
Ok, la mattina dopo, molto presto, sentite che voce narrante.
The place where we saw the train vanish last night.
Ok,
No signs to indicate that the train ran off the track, nor are there any other traces. There is
c'è
nothing
niente.
whatsoever. This investigation won't be simple. We shall require a map of the region.
pariamo col capostazione.
It's extraordinary that an entire train could disappear like that. And to think of all the poor people inside it, the
È
passengers,
vero,
the driver.
infatti.
I would be glad to have a detailed map of the local railway district.
But of course, please, take the one that's pinned inside the waiting hall.
A new telegram.
I think we should meet this Mr. Robinson. Here is the train set.
Configurazione la configurazione del treno. E ok. Questa è la cosa è
This
la mappa
map will
della
be useful.
regione. Questa ci è molto utile.
Problem at Bridlington Station. I should like to visit this station. Could you mark it on the local map?
Of course, it's a suburban railway station. You might take a cab there.
A Briggintown. Andiamo a Briggintown e vediamo un po'. Chi è questo qui?
You must be Mr. Robinson, is that correct?
Yes?
I am leading the investigation of the disappearing train. It would help if you could answer my questions.
Ah, well, all right. I have nothing to hide.
I presume it was you who placed the order for the special wagon.
Yes, it was to transport my valuable prototype safely to London. My prototype is a revolutionary device. It is capable of producing electricity.
Ecco, ah, è scomparso il suo prototipo. Ok.
Mr. Robinson, could you please clarify? Were you travelling alongside your prototype?
Yes, I was. But I had to step off the train. And all because of this stupid station master.
I received a telegram declaring that an important person, a Mr. Bronsby, wished to see you in the waiting room. I merely informed you of this.
Goodbye, sir. Were you aboard the train that vanished last night?
Yes, I heard that it disappeared. But I don't care because we would have stopped before then anyway. Our tickets were valid and no doubt about it. And then, to top it all, the ticket inspector pushed everyone else out too, except for a bunch of rich. Well, because their type don't need a ticket.
Cioè, è molto strana questa cosa.
Can you recall anything more specific about this fortunate group?
Well, yes. They were all foreigners. Spanish-looking toffs with snake eyes.
Station Master Everett from Evesham told us that you reported a problem with some passengers last night.
Indeed. This train is a regular line for those who work at Nottingham. But yesterday, everyone was asked to get off the train here at my station. I've no idea why, and it delayed the train. But the worst of it is that now I have to deal with two furious passengers who are complaining about the company's service. They stayed here the whole night. But people do not usually pay much attention to the regulations, you see. There are very strict and clear rules. Paragraph 234 of Article 2G-43 states that in the event of a complaint, you must...
Yes, thank you. I understand.
First of all, I scolded the ticket inspector, for it was he who asked the passengers to leave the train. It was not his right to do so. He was very rude. And then, later on, I received a most peculiar telegram from my colleague at Chesterfield Station, the next stop along the line.
Questo strano
What did the
messaggio?
telegram say?
Well, that was the peculiar thing. It was almost unreadable. It was full of errors and awfully vague. It was hard to understand if the train had correctly passed that station or not. You can read it for yourself.
In del Chesterfield.
Do you fall asleep at work like this? Excuse me, sir. Wake up. Ah, his breath. He must have swallowed half a distillery.
And that explains the how.
By his sleeping off the alcohol, you mean? Wake up, please, sir.
What? The 18-hour 72 train has arrived?
Good day to you. We are investigating the disappearance of last night's train, and we should like to ask you a few questions.
È successo che il treno non è mai passato dalla stazione di Chesterfield, nel senso che il capostazione era ubriaco e potrebbe aver avviato il rapporto senza neanche aver visto il treno. Quindi qua c'è una
A handcar wheelbase. Interesting. It appears that elements of the same construction were
Infatti.
scattered everywhere.
base di...
The steam whistle is ready to be used.
Infatti funziona.
Watson, I do believe that we have created an exact replica of the train that vanished in front of us last night. The criminal mind can be most inventive. I am somewhat in awe.
So such a thing is possible. If someone went to all the trouble of creating this fake train, then it was surely with the intention of stealing the real one.
Capace per proprio la creazione.
Watson, you should not jump to conclusions. In fact, this does not tell us very much at all, except that the train did not evaporate.
Non è svanito in
into
nulla,
thin
non è mai
air.
arrivato.
Although you half suspected it.
Ah, at any rate, we now need to find where the real
dove è
train might be
nascosto.
hidden.
Io direi che per questo episodio è tutto e noi ci vediamo con un prossimo video. Di sicuro forse una creativa mercoledì su Fortnite oppure qualche partita, ora vedo. E domenica prossima ci vediamo con un nuovo video su questo su Sherlock Holmes. Ciao ciao.